So I'm going to ask you some of these questions.
Okay, I'm very excited.
Arthrogryposis.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much for talking with me today. I'm so excited to learn more about you.
Oh, you too. I am so excited. It's going to be a really, really fun time.
Please introduce yourself to everyone.
Hi, I am Rion Paige. I am 20 years old. I also was diagnosed with arthrogryposis multiplex congenita, and I was on season 3 of X Factor as a finalist, and am now studying social work and continuing my music career in Nashville, Tennessee.
Cool.
Yeah.
How are you affected?
So I am affected with my upper extremities. So I have a type called amyoplasia, but amyoplasia is kind of more directed towards people who don't have it genetically. So basically how mine works is my upper extremity, so my upper back and my arms have smaller muscles, which make it a little bit harder for me to be able to perform everyday tasks. And my hands are curved, just like yours, hand twins. And I figure out how to do things differently every single day. But there's actually, like, which is crazy enough, I feel like you and I need to talk to people about this. There's not a name specifically for people who just have it in their arms yet, which is crazy. Do you think that's a little bit crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe one day we can try to change that. How about that?
Growing up, what was the most challenging part of having AMC?
Oh my goodness, that is such a good question. There are so many challenging things. I would definitely say as I got older, I realized that I was different, and that was really like weird, because I'm sure you understand with your hands, you know how your hands work, right, Anna?
Mm-hmm.
You know how to do things for you. But I didn't realize that a lot of the other kids did things differently than I did. So I had to come to terms that sometimes I had to figure out how to do it a little bit differently, and sometimes tell my friends about that too, so that they could help me. So I think it was kind of weird and difficult to realize, hey, like this is something that's different about me, but it gave me even more power to be able to drive forward and figure out how to do things for myself and educate other people about differences.
Looking back, what were some of the best or most rewarding parts of having AMC?
Oh my goodness. I would not be the same person that I am today without AMC. I think that sometimes in society, or when we talk about people with differences, it can often be seen as, oh, they can't do something, right? And sometimes people say, oh, they have a disability. But for me, I prefer to call my hands a difference, because without my difference, I wouldn't have been able to overcome so much and to see a different vision for life. I was able to see that there are different ways of doing things, not just with my hands, but how I live. And I think that resilience, do you know what resilience is?
Mm-mm.
So resilience is kind of like when you see something like an obstacle in the road, right? Like a cone. Like, whenever your mom's driving and there's probably a cone in the middle of the road, and you probably don't want to drive straight on the cone, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would not be very good. But when you drive around the cone and you find a different way around, you have resilience and you have grit because you're learning how to overcome an obstacle a different way. So I think that without my hands, I wouldn't have such a big vision and advocacy for other people.
That is very cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about your singing career.
Oh, yeah. So I started singing when I was your age, probably a little bit younger. I was sitting in the back of my mom's car and I was singing to the Dixie Chicks, which is probably something you do not know, but it's a very, it's not super old, but country band, I guess old to me, very old to you. And my grandma looked in the back of my mom's car and said, "Hey, Alyssa, she actually sounds really good." So then ever since then, when I was in elementary school, my mom said, "Hey, if you have good grades, I'll take you to go sing karaoke on Friday nights." So I even have pictures of being like your age and standing up there when I was in pre-K, and my mom holding the microphone for me, and I learned that I loved to sing. So then in 2013, I was on Simon Cowell's The X Factor, and I stood in line just like everyone else you see on TV. And I went through 5 auditions and happened to get selected to be on TV. And it was such an amazing journey, even being 13 years old and experiencing that, because I was able to shine light on people with differences on a national platform. And then after that, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee from my home of Jacksonville, Florida. And I released an EP, which is like a short little album. And I started college, and I've just been working on music ever since, and hopefully releasing some stuff soon. But I'm actually loving this city and loving where I'm at. Yeah.
I'm actually 4.5.
4.5? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just turned 20. Can you believe that? 20 years old. That's like a legit adult. That is crazy.
I read that before.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I promise you're gonna blink and you're gonna open your eyes and you're gonna say, when did that happen? It is so crazy.
Yeah. We looked some of your singing videos up when I was snug in bed sitting up with my Nana.
That is so fun. I love that.
What are you doing now?
Now in life, I am writing songwriting, which is like my favorite thing to do. And obviously all of our worlds have been kind of put upside down with this whole COVID-19 thing, having to stay inside. So I've been doing a lot of staying inside and playing with my 4-month-old sister, Day. She's really wonderful. And I have a 11-year-old brother, Colton. So we're all like roughly 10 years apart, which is really crazy because we're all in different stages of life. And I am going into my junior year of college. And I was just before I talked to you doing some math, which was not very fun, but this is a lot better.
What message do you have for other AMCers?
Well, for other AMCers, I have to say that there is always a way. There is always a way to do that new task. There isn't always a way to dream bigger, that there's always a way to figure out how to adapt to the world around you. Like for me, I didn't know that I was going to be able to drive. And then when I was 17, I found the perfect car that allowed me to drive. And yes, it took me a little bit more time, but like I said, I dreamed up a way and I asked questions, and it's going to be hard sometimes to have to figure out how to do things a different way because it's not put out for you like everyone else has, But I'm telling you, it's so worth it when you find the way that works for you in order to show others how to do things too.
What message do you have for viewers not affected by AMC?
For viewers not affected by AMC, I have to say that it's really important to educate yourself with people with differences. I mean, words matter. Words always matter. So I think it's important to know that your friends that have differences are not the only person that can speak for the entire different community or disabled community. That you have to be able to find like multiple sources and talk to people about different experiences because every single person has a different experience with their difference, right? So I think it's really important for me, like not to be afraid to ask questions, because if you're doing it in love and you're curious and you want to be able to help, that sometimes that's the most loving thing that somebody can do instead of ignore the obvious of like us having a hand difference and needing help with like opening up a water bottle or something simple like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's been lovely talking to you. Is there a way for people to follow you online?
Yes, I am on Instagram at Rion Paige. So that's OHRIONPAIGE. I'm on Facebook as Rion Paige, Twitter as Miss Rion Paige, and I'm also on iTunes and all of your awesome streaming devices for music. And yeah, that's how you can find me.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Anna. And I have to say, you're a professional interviewer, like A+ skills, girl. A+.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I also wanted to ask you if you could sing a song with me.
I would love to sing a song with you. What kind of songs do you like?
So every day Me and my Nana listened to our thankful song.
A thankful song. Ooh,
Yeah.
I have to hear this.
And it's called Oceans by Hillsong United.
Yes, I love that song.
Mm-hmm. You know it?
I do know it.
Then you must have heard it before.
I have heard it before, yeah. Crazy enough, I got my minor in college in worship music. So I had a whole year of all the singing things in school. It was very fun.
So could we sing some of it together?
Yeah, you ready?
All
right, let's see how this goes. Over Zoom, we'll try to get it to come through. You called me out upon the water, the great unknown, with feet made
fail.
And there I find you in the
Mystery.
and ocean.
Runs deep.
My faith will stand, and I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. I am yours, and you are mine. Oh, I loved that. That was so beautiful.
Goodbye. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Bye.